Harris will let this one go through the side of the end zone for a touchback. On the ground with James Williams for a yard. Good pass protection, a check down to the leading receiver, and Williams can't hold on. Buffs show blitz, they rush 4. Minshew over the middle, broken up. Jameer Calvin couldn't hold on, and it's a 3-and-out to start. Dragicevic is going to kick it deep. Blackman lets it bounce, and it takes a Cougs roll inside the 20. Set up the tunnel screen. Jawan Winfrey. He's got a first down. Barometer for their entire season. And there is his first touch in about a month as he picks up 6 yards. Brock, when he went down, they were an undefeated team. Caught behind the line is McMillan. 2nd and 4 becomes 3rd and 8. McMillan in to pass protect. Montez bullets one right to the line to gain. A connection about a yard short to Tony Brown, so now it's 4th down and 1. 3 different kickers have been hurt this year for Colorado. Here's Davis Price. He sends it to Sweet all the way back at the 15-yard line. You're not part of a club. You are a varsity athlete here in Colorado. As Minshew on first down, a one-handed catch in the flat by James Williams. Underneath again, and no yards after the catch. Desmond Patman is immediately brought down. That is the game plan, and well executed there. Rick Gamboa made the stop. 4-man rush. Minshew out of the pocket. Wobbly pass to the sideline. Is there a first down to Patman? Quick hitter, Calvin Jackson. Brought down at the 38-yard line. They'll run it with Borghi. The true freshman burrows his way right to the line to gain. Again, a 4-man rush. Long throw to Patman. Mistimed his jump. Left his feet just a little bit early, and on the way down couldn't haul it in with one hand. Borghi into the secondary. He's got a first down and more. All the way down to the Colorado 39-yard line. Mekhi Blackman finally brought him down. Minshew, high throw, and mistimed it to Kyle Sweet. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Screen, Jackson cuts to the opposite side of the field and weaves his way for about 6. So it brings up 3rd and 4. Minshew has all day right at the sticks. It's caught by Patman, and he's got the first down. James Williams bounces it outside, stays on his feet and turns the corner. How about that run? They just couldn't wrap him up. Play action for Minshew. Travell Harris with a flag down. Inside the 5. They finally stop his momentum at about the 2-yard line, and the play isn't blown dead until he gets to the 1. We'll have to check the marker, though.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
4-man rush. Patman took himself back away from the first down line to gain by about a yard. Picked up 5, so it's 3rd down and 2. Minshew, he's taking a shot to the end zone. Underthrown and broken up. Mekhi Blackman was able to just cover the distance enough. And so now it'll be 4th down and 2.
Yeah, and that should have been an interception. That's why Gardner's shaking his head. I mean, if that's any of the DBs that are playing in the NFL today, the former Buffaloes like Awuzie or Witherspoon, Oliver a season ago, Blackman knocks it down, but that was a mistake.
Says go for it on 4th and 2. Bypasses the field goal. Minshew. Broken up. Delrick Abrams jumped the route, and Colorado gets a stop on downs. There's a big momentum swing early in a scoreless game. And it's our opportunity, Veterans Day weekend, to thank everyone that is serving and protecting our freedom. And hopefully some of you are out there catching this football game. Laviska Shenault, first down and more.
And we could have that yards after catch conversation for these Buffaloes as well. It's a huge part of what they do. And Coach Shiverini, the offensive coordinator here for Colorado, played for Coach Leach. You'll see some of the same principles on their side, but there's no one better on their roster than Shenault at it.
McMillan. Green grass out in front of Trayvon McMillan. Finally brought down inside the 5. Marcus Strong saved a touchdown. 64 yards.
That's one of the rare occasions, too, that I've seen that the Cougars up front don't move. You can see why they slant and stunt, because when they are stationary and you get to the second level on their linebackers, well, there's some yards to be made. No stunting, no slanting. Got caught on that one. A huge crease for the big play.
McMillan again. Touchdown.
I got some banana jokes, but it's too early. Way too early.
6th rushing touchdown of the season for Trayvon McMillan.
Peeled away, didn't he?
From the goal line, it's Harris. And he's out to about the 22-yard line. James Williams bounces outside and goes down. Rick Gamboa helped to bring him down. A gain of about a half yard, so now it's 3rd down and a couple. Only a 3-man rush. So Minshew has the check down. Williams breaks a couple of tackles. Elusive running back and the leading receiver for Wazoo is James Williams. Picks up 14. End around to Harris. Colorado was waiting, and they bring him down after a gain of 3. Wheel route. Borghi brought down about 4 yards shy of the first down. Delayed blitz. Minshew on the slant, in stride. Tay Martin. 3rd down conversion down to the Colorado 26.
One of the rare man coverages right there on 3rd down. You saw it with the motion. Gardner did as well. The minute you go in motion and you see the DBs running, you know you've got man-to-man. And then in man-to-man looks, and they just take it apart. Whether it's in cuts like that, slant routes, and all of them can do it. Top 8 receivers, every one of them can run the same kind of routes. And then it's basically Gardner picks the matchup he wants to beat that man-to-man coverage.
James Williams, no cutback available. And that should take us to the end of the quarter. Colorado on top of Washington State. 2nd down and 10 to start off the 2nd quarter for Wazoo. Only a 3-man rush. Minshew patiently takes the underneath route to Kyle Sweet and picks up 8.5. Borghi on a swing pass. Nowhere to go. Will Mike Leach go for it again? Davion Taylor read it like a book. And that is not a real experienced football player.
No, but that's a 10-5 100-meter guy. And he just beats that right tackle. That redshirt freshman I've been talking about, Abe Lucas, that's a block that he's made this year. That is a play, timing-wise, that the Cougars have really activated a number of times. But that's the difference in having a 220-pound athlete that runs 10-5, who had his eyes and his awareness on it and makes the play behind the line.
Blake Mazza to try and get Washington State on the board. And he does from 39 out. And Ronnie Blackman will let this one go through the back of the end zone.
Great catch.
Check in again with Adnan. Screen to Chenault. There goes Laviska Chenault. Runs into his own man. And ran a long way to pick up about 3 yards. Josh Kaiser, the right tackle, ended up getting the first hit on Chenault.
Toe looks pretty good. He's missed the last month or so. And Coach McIntyre said he had a couple good days of practice. Felt like, as Allison reported earlier, there'd be a pitch count of maybe 30 to 35 plays. But moving pretty free and easy on that one.
McMillan, spin move at the line. And he's across the 30-yard line for 3 more. So now it's 3rd down and 8. Washington State showing blitz. Again, they'll rush 3. A screen once again. This time it's the freshman Dimitri Stanley. And he gets walloped 2 yards shy of a first down. Talk about rallying to the football. It was a group led by Jihad Woods that was there for Washington State.
Does he ever play hard? He and Peyton Pallou are the 2 linebackers. They are run pursue guys. They ask their front to create all sorts of chaos and allow those linebackers to run free, and Pallou and Woods will hit you. A big play right there.
So here's Davis Price to punt. He took over at punter for Alex Kinney when Kinney broke his collarbone against Nebraska, a game we called earlier this season. He hadn't punted a football in a game since 2015 in high school. But a couple of pretty good kicks here as he forces another fair catch by Kyle Sweet. Draw play. Williams shaking and baking out to the 33 and grinds out another yard close to the 34-yard line. Quarterback draw. Minshew pays the price. Nate Landman came up to stick it right at the line to gain. And it looks like they're going to give him progress for a first down.
There's also a late penalty flag that came in as well.
Well, they may mark him down just a bit short, and we'll have to check the marker as well.
Personal foul. Targeting. Defense number 15. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And I think that would be the teaching point for still a young player in Landman.
Minshew has all day to the sideline. Did Aesop Winston tap the toe? He did not. Check that. That was Calvin. And they say he was out of bounds. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's got that one.
That looks good. It looks like Jameer Calvin has possession with a toe on the line.
Ooh, yeah, that toe actually may have come down on the white there. It is a tight boundary there as well.
Everybody.
After review, the receiver had control of the pass with a back foot dragging inbound.
So he tapped it with a back foot, completed catch, properly reversed.
As Jim said, looking for the minutia that could change the call.
And I'm looking at the body control and the athleticism and the talent of so many of these receivers for Minshew to be able to do that as well.
Minshew again with all kinds of time and buying some more. Out of bounds at the 30-yard line, and they'll mark him out at the 29, scrambled for 2. Max Borghi into some big bodies. Led by Mustafa Johnson, who was only 250 pounds as a senior in high school and got nothing but Division II offers. Now he's up to 290 starting at end for Colorado. 4-man rush. Minshew finds the check down in Borghi. Gets down the sideline. Cuts it back at the 5. And he's got a touchdown.
And just look at the poise and patience. You've got to earn it. Gardner had to earn this job in the respect of his teammate. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes and his feet. They are constantly connected. Something he's worked throughout his entire career on.
Another touchback on the kick, and back to Adnan. Steven Montez on a rollout. And he's going to throw this one away.
That is just the 11th play from Colorado.
Play action. seam route. Chenault, great catch. Walls off the defender and gets out to the 40-yard line. Laviska Chenault.
And that's the difference in just trust and confidence you have in your best player.
McMillan, gang tackled after a gain of a couple. Once again, Jihad Woods in on the stop. Montez rolling away from the pressure and throws it away. Montez on third down, finds a crosser. Kabion Ento breaks a tackle, scoots through another, but can't get out to the 50-yard line, so it will be fourth down.
Now I'll also be very aware here on 4th and short, this area of the field for a fake.
They'll kick it away, and Sweet calls for a fair catch at about the 15-yard line. Washington State has the football back in a 3-point lead. Minshew out of the pocket and hurls it to the sideline. It'll be 2nd down and 10. James Williams bounces outside, and he's got a first down. He picks up 11. Williams again looking for some room outside, and he's got 3. Swing pass to Williams. Tripped up at the 30-yard line. That time Aaron Maddox made sure, and he got Williams on the ground. It'll be 3rd down. Another 3rd down for Washington State. Minshew all day. Broke it up. And that time it was Drew Lewis sagging back in coverage, and he knocked it away. It'll be 4th down.
Big stop there by Colorado defensively.
And Blackman watches the punt sail out of bounds, so it should be pretty good field position for Colorado.
Some of these offensive weapons here to put a drive together.
McMillan, good run on first down. Picked up 4. Willie Taylor tracked him down from behind.
And I think it's also a testament to who Washington State is and why they're number 8 in the country.
They run it again, and McMillan, he can't get out of the backfield. He lost a yard. It'll be 3rd down. Blitz, Montez, low throw, scooped up. Will they give Winfrey the catch? They do. Jawan Winfrey with a really good catch to pick up 3rd down as he gains 12.
I think that wind playing a little bit of a factor. This is a bust. This is a rare bust of a coverage. You don't see a Coug within 15 yards of Winfrey. In fact, if he catches that, it's one-on-one for a touchdown. A rare miss there defensively and a wonderful catch from Winfrey.
Did he make the catch?
The ruling on the field of a complete pass is under review. After review, the receiver did not maintain the call of the pass going to the ground. Pass is incomplete. 4th down.
And they add some time back to the clock, so now 3:41 into timeout for Washington State. Wobbly kick, Sweet, fair catch at the 26-yard line. Adnet? And we have the opposite game here, 10-7, and a screen to Desmond Patman. And his forward progress is stopped at the 36-yard line, right at the line to gain for a first down. Draw play to Borghi. 3 yards on first down.
If you're Colorado defensively, you've got to keep doing what you're doing. Play those 2 deep safeties and keep everything in front of you.
They'll bring a blitz off the edge. Wobbly pass behind the defense is Calvin, and he couldn't hold on. So now it's 3rd down. Another 4-man rush. Minshew looking for some room and has to throw it away. So Colorado will get the ball back again before halftime. It's a big kick. Blackman fields it at his own 6-yard line. Heads inside the 5 and now reverses field. All the way out to the 30 before he steps out. It looks that way here. Instead, it's the sideline route to Dimitri Stanley, but he was out of bounds, so now it's 3rd down and 10. 2:05 on the clock.
Awfully big third down. Awfully big third down as Colorado will get the ball to begin the second half if they can find a way to move the chains here.
Once again, that Chenault at the bottom of your screen. Montez looks the other way. Blindside hit coming, and he spikes the football into the ground. The officials, I believe, are ruling that, at least for the moment, a fumble. And it is recovered by Colorado, so it will be fourth down.
That's just a three-man rush, and that's Willie Taylor coming off the edge there, beating the redshirt freshman William Sherman, and Montez not having any feel for that. That's now 0 for 5 on third downs, and once again Washington State showing what they do with their activity and creating those negative plays.
Getting bumped. That'll be kick catch interference. Travell Harris goes down. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty against Colorado.
Really pretty fortunate here to just be within 3 in this first half.
Going for the deep ball is Minshew. For a second, it looked like an official on the far side of the field was set to throw a flag as Tay Martin got bumped at the goal line, and no flag came out. Dante Wigley was back in coverage. Minshew well protected again. He wants to take another shot. This one for Winston, and that's overthrown. Minshew, only a three-man rush, so he has forever to throw. It is to the sideline, and stepping out of bounds is Jameer Calvin with a first down. How long can you expect your coverage to hold up? Now it's a four-man rush. Minshew still well protected. Out to Williams in the flat, and he drops the ball. 43 seconds and a timeout for Washington State. Minshew steps up in the pocket, down the sideline, overthrows Easop Winston again. Is that just a quarterback having a tough time judging the wind?
Yes.
Out route, incomplete. Easop Winston got one hand on the football. So now with no timeouts in 31 seconds, 4th and 10. Again, only a three-man rush. Seam shot, climbing the ladder was Harris, and he couldn't haul it in. So now with 26 seconds and all 3 timeouts, Colorado's got pretty good field position.
He's got to zero in, and maybe the altitude as well, playing just a little bit of a factor.
Montez, incomplete. That's through the hands of Dimitri Stanley. Montez in trouble. Down he goes. Logan Tago gets the sack, and let's see if that takes us down to the end of the first half. 3rd down and long. I don't even know if Colorado's going to try to run another play.
Sound sorts. And give a lot of credit to those guys on the defensive side of the ball. #1 sacking team in the conference. Tago gets his 3rd in 2 weeks. Pretty impressive defensive performance.
So a story in the first half as much as anything was the Washington State defense, and now they continue to defy the odds based on the body types they've got out there on the field on first down. They look the opposite way, and it's underneath to McMillan, who breaks a tackle. McMillan again. It'll be 3rd down. The ball came out. Washington State thinks they've got it, and they do. The Cougs come up with a takeaway to start off the 3rd quarter. Draw play, James Williams. 2 yards. Quick hitter on the outside. It's Patman. He's got a first down into the red zone to the 18-yard line. Picked up 12.
And that ball whistled a little bit, didn't it?
Patman the motion man. Instead they'll throw. Minshew flips it to a wide open Keith Harrington. He weaves his way down to about the 10-yard line. Picking up 8 on first down. Outside to Tay Martin. He's got a first down. It'll be 1st and goal inside the 6. He'll do just that to Williams. Keeps his legs driving, still on his feet, and finally goes down at the 5-yard line. Javier Edwards was there first and slowed him up but couldn't bring him down. They'll run it with the freshman Borghi. He tries to move the pile to the goal line. He lost the ball. It's on the goal line. Who's got it? It looks like it's recovered by Washington State, short of the end zone. Minshew to throw. Into the end zone. Quick little out. And it's the hero of the fumble recovery, scoring the touchdown. Renard Bell kept the drive alive, and now he finds the end zone.
And I think all 4 of his touchdown receptions this season are on that route. And he's going to bank some really valuable experience in a tough, hostile environment, in horrible weather. Cool opportunity.
Ronnie Blackman on the return, tripped up inside the 20-yard line. Tipped pass intended on the screen for Chenault. Montez, long throw to the sideline, sails over everyone. So now an offense that only has 4 first downs on the afternoon, and they rush 3 here on 3rd down. Montez tries to fit one in and does, right on cue to Juwan Winfrey. A gain of 27. Montez, that might be designed quarterback run. It looked as much like a broken play with a collision in the backfield. Play action. Montez, long throw for Chenault, and he drops it. Wazoo sends a blitz. Chenault drops another. Oh, that's an eclipse.
Back-to-back drops, killing that drive.
Davis Price will try and pin the Cougs deep if he can. Sweet calls for a fair catch and catches it outside the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line with a 2-score lead now for Washington State. James Williams. Pretty good run to avoid a tackler at the line and pick up 3. Minshew out in the flat once again to Williams. Hurdles a man for a first down. Dante Wigley's going to be wondering where James Williams just went. Finally, the rush gets through. And Minshew tries to turn the corner. Tiptoes up the sideline. I think he stepped out at about the 36-yard line. He did. So it's a gain of only 2 as Rick Gamboa was in pursuit. He'll try to throw for some here. Throws it behind Borghi, and it'll be 3rd down and 8. 4-man rush. Minshew buying time. Will short of the sticks. A dump down to Aesop Winston, and he's got nowhere to go, but a flag comes out after the play is over.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 9.
That's a turnover.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't go down in the score sheet as a turnover, but that has the force and effect of a giveaway. You're about to get the ball back. And now a wide receiver screen to Aesop Winston. Screen to the opposite side. This one to Calvin Jackson. He's got an easy 1st down. Williams inside the 30-yard line with everyone over on the far side of the field. He pitches it back, and he'll take a shot at the end zone. Minshew, it's broken up, looking for Winston. Minshew trying to get them set for 3rd down and 5. They get the snap off. Minshew surveying. A little stutter step in the open field. He might try and run for it. Stood up. And now Mike Leach has a chance to stretch the lead to 2 touchdowns. It's 4th down and 2. Play clock down to 3. Minshew, well protected again. Heaves one down the sideline, trying to come back and help out his quarterback was Patman, and he couldn't stay in bounds. So Colorado gets a stop on down. Montez, tunnel screen. Juwan Winfrey picks up 4.
I think that's just a testament to how far that reach has been.
Incomplete as Montez throws it behind Brady Russell. Montez unloads. Chenault helps him out. And he's out to the 48-yard line.
It's Steven Montez making his 25th start. He doesn't waver in the face of adversity.
Reverse. Chenault finds a crease. Powers his way down to the 35-yard line. And for only the second time, Colorado able to cross the 50-yard line on offense.
And you see him hobble off just a little bit. He's not right. He's battling that toe injury, but when you're the most dynamic player on the field, you've got to suck it up a little bit.
The toss to Stanley. The wide receiver goes nowhere. True freshman lines up in the backfield, loses a yard as Jalen Thompson had that one read. Montez with a play fake. He's taking a shot down the sideline for Stanley. Broken up. That was well defended by Deion Singleton. Now it's 3rd down and long.
And a safe defense with nobody back here for Washington State.
They're just guarding against a fake. And wherever Price kicks it to, with the coverage group down there, that's where it's going to end up. And it rolls inside the 13-yard line. Wide open. Esmond Patman close to a first down.
He knows in this month of November in conference play, that has to be the mindset on the road.
Patman breaks a tackle. He's got to step down the sideline with the stiff arm. And finally pushed out at the Colorado 29. Nick Fisher finally forced him out of bounds.
That kid's turned into something special now the last few weeks. 10 catches against Stanford. And you see these big athletes out in space, and that stiff arm becomes such a weapon for you. And you got the full complement. You got the big receiver, you got the little scat receivers, you got a pass catching running back, and you got a QB that's just willing to distribute it to every single one of them.
And that 48-yard gain puts Patman over 100 for the game. Williams heading south instead of north. Ends up picking up 2 yards. Colorado late substituting. That's a backwards pass to Williams. He's going to heave one into the end zone for Sweet. Broke it up. Slow developing option pass. Nick Fisher stayed back in coverage on Sweet. Minshew out of the pocket. No one in the middle of the field. Easy scramble for a first down.
It's just a gamer, isn't he?
And it looks like they'll get another snap off before the end of the quarter. They will. Screen. Blocks there for Harris. And he's down to the 10-yard line, picked up 9. And that will take us to the 4th quarter. A 10-point lead for Washington State. Hasn't been easy for Gardner Minshew. Minshew out of the pocket. Nice little fake. He's heading for the pylon. Another stutter step. Leaps. Is he in? It looks like they'll mark him out inside the 1.
And I think Gardner's saying, hey, man, that's my Heisman moment.
He wants replay to give him a touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, this kid should be in New York City.
That might be a touchdown. He might have snuck that ball inside the pylon.
Yep.
Inbounds. Inside the pylon.
No body part lands inbounds in the end zone here, so it's got to cross inside of it.
The runner out of bounds short of the goal line is under review. After review, the runner was inbounds by rule, and the ball passed over the pylon, which by rule is a touchdown.
So Gardner Minshew, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. Fear the stash.
They love what they're doing, and you see it elevated in every phase of their game.
As do we. Back to the offense for a Colorado team looking for a spark, and there's Laviska Shenault. Out to the 42-yard line now. It's a 3-score game, but there is a lot of time on the clock.
And I think they're going to have a pretty good awareness of where number 2 is on this field.
Quick out to the sideline. Oh, that the way it just looked. Montez off his back foot hurls one for Winfrey, and it is incomplete. Montez on 3rd down. He's going to backpedal and go down. Sacked back at the 34-yard line. Dominic Civils got there first. And now it's 4th down and a mile, and Colorado has to punt.
Did you ask if they were going to stay aggressive defensively?
I think we got our answer.
I think so. I think with Mike Leach in every phase of the game, that's what they're going to do. And you can see Civils there. And the entire group that just feasts and is feasting upon this offense that really has no answers for either the complexities or the effort level of the Cougars today.
4.5 sacks now in the season for Civils. Sweet with a fair catch at the 32. Screen to Renard Bell. And this time, a good job by Colorado to rally to the ball and limit him to a 2-yard gain.
11 different receivers catching it today.
Blitz picked up. Minshew down the field. Incomplete. Overthrew Bell. 3rd down and 8. Another 4-man rush. Minshew. High throw. Incomplete. Over Tay Martin. So Colorado gets the stop. They're about to get the football back. Ronnie Blackman from the 10. Brought down at the 12.
I mean, look at the yards after catch. Gardner puts in their hands 223 of their nearly 400 yards after the catch.
Laviska Chenault's looking for some yards after the catch.
In this game, it'll be the same thing when you face this Cougar offense. Can you limit the damage after the reception?
Chenault with a 1st down. Montez improvising. Down the sideline, couldn't drop it in. That's going to be targeted. Jalen Thompson comes over and stuck his helmet right into Tony Brown. And the flag came out immediately. So after the targeting foul is erased, it is 2nd down and 10. Montez steps up. Chenault fights for the football. And he's got the catch for a 1st down.
You had the one possession where he had back-to-back drops, certainly. But number 2's got to be a factor.
He meshes with Dimitri Stanley. Stanley makes the catch. Swing pass to Winfrey. There's yards after the catch for Colorado. Winfrey down to the 36-yard line of Washington State. Screen to Chenault. Slipping tacklers. Hit from behind, lost the ball, and it's a Wazoo recovery. Willie Taylor popped it out of the hands of Laviska Chenault, and the Cougs have a takeaway. How deflating is that for Colorado?
Just complimentary football team from Washington State. They just do it in every phase. They're clean in the special teams. They're taking the ball away defensively.
Minshew, easy pitch and catch with Travell Harris. He's about 4 yards shy of a 1st down. 3rd down and 3. James Williams lowers his shoulders. He's got the 1st down. That's how productive he's been, as Borghi is swamped under right at the line of scrimmage by Aaron Maddox. Minshew. You can only hold up your coverage for so long. And Calvin Jackson eventually runs free in the middle of the field and has a 1st down and then some.
Since they've tracked offensive tackles in the Pac-12 conference, nobody better in pass protection than number 60.
Harris to the 31-yard line. It's another 4-man rush. And it's another short underneath pass to Jameer Calvin. James Williams right at the line to gain.
And there's not many secondaries in college football, save for maybe the guys down in Tuscaloosa, some of those, LSU, Georgia, Washington, in maybe a couple weeks. We'll challenge them in that way.
Calvin Jackson, another catch. Minshew swings one to the flat. Williams one-on-one, gets to the sideline with speed. Still on his feet inside the 5. and finally stood up inside the 4-yard line. First and goal at the 3, and a little extra after the play's over. That's a gain of 16. Minshew with a shoulder fake. Just extending the play. Now it's Schoolyard. Flips it into the end zone. Laying out is Calvin Jackson, and he couldn't haul it in. They'll throw it instead. Slant, incomplete. Desmond Patman couldn't climb the ladder. Now it's 3rd down and goal. Play clock down to 5. They're going to run it this time with Williams. Into the end zone with a touchdown. Well, we said that maybe in the college football playoff standings for Mike Leach, style points might not be what he's thinking about. He's got some this afternoon, as Washington State is now blowing out Colorado. Exactly brought what they wanted to see, a dominant performance.
Yeah, tough game against Cal last week, and also kind of got that one out against a much better Cal defense. I think with Washington right near the top of the best defenses in the conference. And today really taking apart a Colorado team that at no point made any run.
All right, Ednet, thanks very much, as Sam Neuer has come on to play some quarterback here in place of Steven Montez. And they'll run it up the middle with 3:40 to go.
More than likely wins their side of the division, or their division.
Neuer with a bullet. Fabian Ento up the sideline, and he's all the way out close to midfield. Picks up 23.
They could not find it a year ago in 3 opportunities. This is now the 5th different opportunity this year to just get that 6th win.
Yeah,
to get to that bowl game.
To bowl eligibility. Neuer scrambles forward and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Brought down by Nnamdi Aguayo against Oregon State, that are really tough to overcome.
Yeah, that one, I think, as much as any, has just been taking the air out of the balloon. You're up 31-3 in your building, and that's where the injuries just mounted, and you lost a corner, and you lost a safety, and you lost another safety.
Neuer throws an interception. And getting walloped down the sideline is Kedron Williams, who's got the interception and a flag out on the hit.
And that was the quarterback, Neuer, on that hit. And I have never seen that.
The result of the play is an interception. Personal foul, targeting, offense number 4. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run. 1st down. Play is under review.
That is the backup quarterback not seeing the defense, and the backup quarterback really frustrated and taking it out on the linebacker Kedron here.
Here is the ruling.
After review, there is no targeting on the play. 1st down.
So they're not going to rule crown of the helmet there. So Neuer is not kicked out of the game, but with 2:11 to go, it's probably best for all parties involved if Washington State just goes to victory formation.
Yep.
Anthony Gordon will get one to Tay Martin.
Keep it close. Put the pressure on that team in that cold weather environment tonight.
There's Gordon, another swing pass. This one to Robert Fisher. That should be good for a 1st down. And really, Washington State can simply take a knee, as Colorado's not going to call their timeouts. When we were at Florida State a couple of weeks ago and saw Clemson, just a machine against the Noles that day, our own FPI put up the remaining games this season, at least in the regular season, for Clemson. And our FPI only gave Boston College a 15% chance to win tonight.
Yeah.
But that was the highest percentage threat of any team left on Clemson's schedule to beat them.
Yeah, I think it speaks to the complete nature and a really veteran team in Clemson. They are. Over the course of a season, you can't duck from who you become. The stats tell the story. And this is the #1 passing team in America, but they're a whole lot more than that. There is no question in my mind that this is the most complete team that Mike Leach has had here. And that includes a couple teams that were playing for the Pac-12 North title the last 2 years with Luke Falk under center. But Luke didn't have a crew, and he didn't really elevate a crew in every phase of the game. like Gardner Minshew has for Mike Leach this year.
31-7 will be your final. Washington State over Colorado. And Brock, you now start to think about how many dominoes would have to fall for Washington State to actually make it into the 4-team playoff. But they keep winning games like this. They're in the mix.
Yeah, they play that way, and they play to that ceiling. They've got every opportunity to win their next 2 at home as well.